Hi, hello, g'day, kia ora, welcome to the studio. I'm Paula from MoxyMojo and thank you for joining me here today. I am just doing the final put together of the last of the pages for my junk journal July challenge for 2025. Making my journal, I've set myself a challenge over and above the normal challenges, and that I have decided that I'm going to use the prompt list from Leigh's art and junk journal Wonderland as the prompts that guide my pages. Once my journal is made, I'm then going to use the prompts from Debbie at Ink and Page as the prompts for my ephemera. Nothing like making a challenge even harder. Time to sort out pages. Oh, now I should just let you know that my journal cover is this. And so my page, a normal A4, slightly shortened about an inch or so, folded in half lengthways, because normally I fold it this way for all my journals. But because of the package that I had, and well, actually this was a set of thermal underwear that my husband got from his work, and I thought, oh, I like that box, that would make a lovely journal cover, and hence why I jumped into the challenge. I wasn't going to do it till my husband got his underwear, well, his thermals I should say, but that sounds less risque. So I checked if an A4 would fit in. Yes, it does. And now we're making a journal. It's time to put all the pages together. So, there we go. Right, first page. Put it over so you can't see my scrawls. Is yes, we know we're right there. And this is going to be first page. This was, it's a double-sided thing that I got from Temu. Yes, I know. Now, what I want to do, this is going to be my torn edges, but to tear my edges, sorry for the noise, I'm going to use one of my ruler thingies, also from Temu, because I looked everywhere else for a tearing ruler that like gave me, or a decal cutter, and couldn't find anything anywhere. Right. So, we have this. I know it's smaller than that. I need to put these pages all to... I need a bigger desk. That's what I need. Right, so we need this. We need our list. And they can go aside. I want to tear off the smallest amount. So I'm going to press as hard as possible on here, and I mean, if I tear off all in little wee patches, that's actually okay for me. Because it's giving me very much a non-repeatable tear. Although, this could take forever at this rate. Can we just tear it this way? That might be quicker, I think. I'm just going to tear off that corner because I can. Right, okay, so we've got all sorts of tearing on there. So now, do I want to ink? Yes, why not? What's got ink on it that's working? Walnut stain? Yep, see, you're good. Okay, now, so we're going to fold this in half, just like that. Right, one. Like, I could add some stencils on there, but I'll do that once the journal's together if I want. Right, so 2 touch of gold. So that is this page, and it's actually from a kit called A Touch of Gold from Tailor-Made Journals on Etsy. Now, I don't want to do anything else to this page, so I think I'm going to fold it in half. Which way round do I want it? Yeah, I think that way. Fell in love with this kit the first time I saw it and knew I had to have it. Now I'm probably going to add some gold onto this page in some form or another, but I'm not sure what form it will be. And we are shorter. No, yeah, that's the right size. Right, so next is botanical. Okay, yes, actually no, what I want to do is leave that in there. And what I'm going to do instead is a pencil from under there where it is, and I'm going to take torn edge, touch of gold. Right, this page is next, because these are the ones I've kind of sorted into this first signature. So now this is my words page, and this one I think I do want to put a little bit of ink around it. This was from Ink and Page Journals manuscript. Every single one of these kits is I've bought and paid for myself, but I'm more than happy and will have links to all the pages down in the description box, or links to the kits I should say, because I love them so much and I want to acknowledge the hard work of the designers who've put so much time and effort into these pages. I've done a little bit of designing myself, and I've got some freebies on my Ko-fi page, but I wish I had your, well, one day I hope to emulate all your creativity, because I think you do a wonderful job. I know this page, or the back of this page, is probably like sideways to what I would normally use it, but I'm okay with that. It was more the colour that I really liked and wanted. It just kind of went with the colour scheme, so I'm okay with it being on its side. And yes, my foam pad probably needs replacing, which is why you can see all those bits on that piece of paper there. So yep, I've pre-cut that. So now this one, I want this writing there, so we're going to go that. Right. So that's that one. Now next, So this one was written in the margin. And this was from 49 Dragonflies, European Vintage Docs. Yeah, written in the margin. 49 Dragonflies, European written docs. Now, this one I'm going to ink as well, because one design was wider than the other. And so I've got a white strip of paper down one side. So to just disguise that a little bit, I'm going to ink it. We'll do generous inking, and you'll never know it's there. Right, and then it doesn't really matter. So we've either got that way or that way. Okay, so all my pictures that I've got are men. So I want to use a more masculine, stronger stencil. So I've pulled out this one here, which is THS 110, and I think it's like the layering argyle or something like that. I mean, that's what layering diamonds, something like that. So I am going to line it up so that the edge of the inked portion lines up with the side of the page and bottom of here. And but I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm going to try and get it sort of uneven and just patchy across the page. But I also want to use the layering side of it, so like two different colours, hopefully. Now I've pulled out antique linen in the Distress Oxide and Distress Ink with my brush, and I've got brushed corduroy as the second colour. So from looking at my swatches, they should go quite nicely together. Going to try the Distress Ink first and see if that's going to be dark enough. Then I'll try the Oxide of antique linen. So okay here, but I think that's because there was the oxide on the brush. So let's go for the oxide then. There we go, that's better. Awesome. Yep, I like that. That looks cool. Although I think I might want maybe just a little bit more up in this top corner. I've only got Distress Ink for brush corduroy. That's okay, but I think I will just wipe off the excess ink. Let's see if I can get this right. So brush corduroy. So we're going to, there's all sorts of ways I can do this, but I think if I line up the dots, should be right. Yeah, let's give that a go. And we hope for the best. awesome. Love it. Don't mind that I haven't got any on that side at all. Not in the slightest. So we have our men. Those two in particular, I think for my faded men, I think I want them, like, how about we just do like those three there, leave it there. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to trim off that bottom of the cabinet card, which is the a little wee advertisement bit, and the frame. So let's start there. Which means they're no longer, whoops, that went horribly wrong. Right. So I still might go smaller, but, and I mean, you got to remember that this is just for background. There's potentially going to be some kind of ephemera on this page. But I may decide that instead of covering up these pages, I will use the back of the page for the ephemera. We're gonna have our three gentlemen down here. I like them in that order, but I think I could trim them down so they fit better, so that we haven't got as much blank space at the top. So if I cut that to 9 centimeters, I have, it's quite a nice punch that looks like a vintage looking punch. So let's try that on here. I want to see what they all look like with it on. I can always tear it off. Now, if we ink them and then kind of offset them slightly, so I think I might need to, or do we want to do that? Right, tea dye. I said I wasn't going to get all of these out, but look at me. Thought now, horrible thought, did I shorten this or did I not? No, I didn't. So hang on, okay, well, not impressed with the glue stick, at least not that first one. Or the second one, really. Or the third one. Given that it just pulled off that easily, I think we will be not using the glue stick. Okay, so rather than pulling up my guillotine all the time, because I know I've got a few pages to trim, I've pulled up my cutter from my scrapbooking days, and I am just going to Mickey Mouse measure it. And so if I line my papers up here at the side, and where do I measure it? And if I take my paper to the edge of the white on beyond here, then that's going to be the perfect length. So I think I want to trim that top end. Same thing, doesn't matter which end as long as I take it to there. And that's for all these coffee dyed pages. Done. And then I will keep the excess. Put this to the side until I need it next. Right, so now let's fold the page. Now I'm folding them so that photos are out. Which way do we want? Photos in. Right. Okay, now let's try that again, shall we? Right. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to use art glitter glue. I should not have doubted you, my love. Right, and this time the pages are not coming up. That was our faded photograph. Finally. Now, and next, so for this one, we are doing, or going to do, worn. So I thought I would have a little bit of fun with this. Now, I do actually need an ink. Which one do we want? Let's go for tea dye in the oxide. And we'll go for the ink because it's new. Right, so what are we going to do? First thing we are going to do is scrunch up this coffee page. Now because it's been coffee dyed, it is a little bit firmer than normal. So yeah, I need to scrunch it up 2 or 3 times. Now so I want to do a bit of tea dye distress oxide, and we're just going to scrape this over the top. So we just want to catch some of the bumps of the pages, of the page. Right, perfect. Ink everywhere, but never mind. Now what we're going to do is spray. Because we want that ink to spread out a little bit. Wick. Now we've got a little bit of the ink pad there. So that is pretty much sopping wet. And now I'm going to dry it to see what we get left. Okay, so that is pretty dry. I'm really pleased that we've got some torn edges there. Also some there. Right, now what I want to do is I want to do some more with the tea dye. We've got this, we've got tea dye brush. So let's do I have any idea what I'm doing? No. But I'm adding to the look. And then where we've got these tears, we want to make it look really dark. And on the corners, now I need to decide, well, I've kind of already decided that I'm keeping this bottom edge. So we need to, before I go too much further, trim this edge. And actually, rather than trimming it, no, I want to tear it. So we need to tear off. This is how much I need to tear off. So if I turn this around, and we want to, so I'm going to do kind of a there and a there, but we're going to tear like that. Yes, I love it. That into our little pile, and now we will go back to what we were doing. So there, now, oh that's right, I was rolling this corner up. What I want is, there's a teeny weeny paintbrush. Right, that's what we need. Now, we are going to age this corner. We've got another tear over here. And then I want to ink this edge, and I'm intentionally trying to get it to crinkle or wrinkle or fold, and see, that's quite cool. There. Form new edges. And like folds over. And some of it's going to fold one way and not the other. And then on this edge we want a couple of rips. And then I think here we're going to have a really shouldn't do that with my nail, should I? But never mind. And we're going to have a tear along that fold line. Right, now, so that's looking pretty good on one side, but we want to do something on this side because, yeah, it's got to look just as cool. Okay, so this side still looks cool because, I mean, and now we've got the two different versions of the Distress Oxide. So you can see this side, you've got a lot more of it coming through, but now we've also got some coming up this side. So I want to just add a bit more just over the top of the tea because I can. And what you find is wherever you've done like any tearing or folding these rolls, that type of stuff, when you wet your papers again or afterwards, you find that these become really firm and hold their shape. So yep, no, that looks awesome. Now I want to add a couple of things on here, and then maybe another on this one. There, that's what we want. So it's like it's been bent back, and yeah, we'll fold it there, but then we want to fix it. So we'll give it a good kind of bend. Leave it there for now. So we've got our two tiers here, and I'm going to do them primarily on this side, seeing as this isn't quite as colourful. Although what I might do is, let's do this first. Alright, okay, so that looks better. What we need is my secret stash of faux vintage tape. If you'd like to know how I made this and would like to see a tutorial, leave a comment below. But I think I've done one, or maybe I just haven't published it. But I will gladly do a tutorial on how I make my tape. There we go. Fake tape is on. Okay, so now we need to just fold this page in. And which side do I want to see? I think I actually want to see it this way. No, I want to see that or that. Oh, we can go that way. That way, I think. Yep, I love it. Yeah. Fantastic. Right, so that is our worn page. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Scribble. I've done that one. So let's put that one in, shall we? Scribble is this one. Scribbles or Doodles, and this is there's a separate video on this, and this is watercolor paper, and I have just doodled with watercolor ink and then put some brown watercolor ink on as well, and I love the way this turned out, so I think it's awesome. So which way do I want? I think I want that on the that side. And I did tear this one down to size beforehand. I thought about it. So that's that one, and Scribbles or Doodles. So now this is, I mean, this is probably not going to stay all the pages, but, and certainly not in this order, and I'm probably going to put, like, move some of these pages around, but that is 8 pages for one signature. Invoice. Now this one I think is going to be my extra sheet, because there's like only 23 days here, and I wanted to have 8 signatures, or 8 pages per signature. So first thing we need to do is, I think I'm going to fold this up. So long as I am, I think I might fold on there. Let's have a look. Is that, yep, okay, that'll do. And that will give me a small pocket. So let's glue that. And this page was a gift from my swap partner Tanya for the ephemera last year, I think, 2024. Right, so there, line up there, fold there, done. That was a nice easy page. Right, second page, so that one doesn't count. Right, so the next page is botanical. Right, this one here, this was a printable from Took's Craft Table, and which way do we want it? That's tab 2, so that can go inside. That's tab 1, yep. And it is in, is it here, sepia flower specimens. So I'm not going to do anything at all to the page. Wasn't that a simple one? Right. Done. Botanicals. Yep, see, I can be nice and easy with some of them. Right, next, now, vellum. No, this was window or peek through. Now, I originally, like, I was going to do vellum, and I found that, but then I found this. Now, this is a piece of vellum, EK Success vellum. It's a scrapbook page, and I found it in a second-hand store, resource centre, and it's a lot more see-through. So I'll put this vellum away. It was in a bundle of pages, so this is what I want. I love that it's torn, it's cut. I'm going to leave it exactly like this. So what I do need to do is to work out. So I'm just going to cut from the top, I think. And I'm just going to trim it across or fold it up. Because I don't want to lose any of it. So let's just fold it up. So we want to go, so we're going to have another pocket, see-through pocket. That's okay. We'll have to just make sure we don't put these two, put this straight after that other one. Right, So there, there, there. I just want to give this a really good press. Right, perfect. And I mean, that's going to stay. I'm not going to do, I'm not going to glue this down at this stage because I don't know, I'm not sure if I want it just as a tuck spot or as a pocket. Right, so it's going to be quite thin pages, but I don't care. It's too cool and so crisp. So that is my see-through page. Window will peek through. I can peek through that. You can see my hand, so it's see-through. Now this one is Found in the Forest. Again, this is one that I have just printed it off. Now this is from Pixie Tales Treasury. The kit is number 35 or N035, Canvas and Branches, Nature. Now this one, I did reverse the image because I wanted it so that the trees were on this side. Done.